What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hope we're all doing really well. Now, we have a live patch that happened a few days ago, so yeah, we're trying to get to grips with basically the things they've changed. So the lofted through ball they've nerfed, and also they've nerfed the speed boost as well. So that's where we're at with that. So we're trying to combat that. Ignore the red card. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. So anyway, we're using the 4-3-3-3. So it's the one with the two DMs. And basically, I find that we're too attacking in some aspects of the game, and in other aspects of the game, we're not attacking enough. So I'm trying to find that balance. And at the minute, this 4-3-3-3 is pretty good at the balance of attack and defense, and that is what I'm looking for. So what I'll do is I'll jump into the way I've got this set up. Now, it's quite an aggressive setup because you're so deep. So it's the 4-3-3 defend. It's on balance, build up, start, and it's on aggressive. And I've got it, the line height or the depth, if you like, I've got it set to 100. It is good for the offside trap. And because we are 4-3-3 defend or 4-3-3-3, we're not. Yeah, just because we're playing 100 doesn't mean that they're out of position. They're just slightly more aggressive in terms of winning the ball back in your own half or at the halfway line, if you like. So that's where we're at with that. So I'm going to drop in some gameplay so you can see how this works. Everything you're seeing is basically back to back. So it's back to back games that you're watching, and it's back to back wins. And we went like, I don't know how many wins we got in a row, but it was the opponents were finding it that frustrating to break me down that they were quitting after 2 goals. So you'll see in the gameplay I have a lot of quits. I had a lot of 1-0 wins as well, which is quite unusual, but the way this is set up is pretty good. So yeah, we'll drop in the gameplay, I'll explain everything that was to go along, and then we'll come back, I'll show you the code to this setup, and I'll also show you with and without the ball. So as I said during the introduction, this is back-to-back games, so we've done this. Yeah, we've just one win, next win, win, and then we've just continued this on. So it's quite a sweaty goal there. I can't sit there and say you don't concede. You do concede in this game. That's the way it is. That's the way it goes. But you can clearly see how this is set up. It's set up exactly the same way as the 4-3-3 attack or the 4-3-3-4 with the cam. The difference is the difference with this is the two central midfield players. They're the ones that kind of sit a little bit deeper, and you can see them there on your screen, but they're close enough together to have that short pass in those 1-2s. But we're just having fun with this formation. It is so good, and obviously since they've nerfed the speed boost and they've nerfed that through ball as well, it does make a difference to us, less pro players, us, casual players, older players that can't do those type of things. And you can see we can now exploit certain avenues. We can exploit the aggression. We can exploit the fact that teams are going, so aggressive and so all-out attack. And again, here you can see we're not, although we've got the 100 depth, we're not that high up the pitch. We're high enough to get where we need to be. We're high enough to stop the counter-attack. We're also, the way it's set up as well is that you get the auto offside trap. Nice bicycle kick there. Is we get the auto offside trap, but we also get the whole back line, the left back, the right back, the 2 centre backs. They also will step forward if that full through ball comes through. So you know the through ball that I'm talking about. You know the awkward one that I'm talking about. The one that goes all the way from the defender all the way to the attacker. That there, they will step up and they will intercept that pass. Not all the time, but enough of the time to stop it happening. And again, the midfield is also close enough to the defence to give them the passing options out of defence, who can then get it into your forward players. And you can see here, we're not overly attacking, we're not out of position. The players are where they need to be. And again, this is perfect. You can see it on your screen now. The two DMs close together, creating that short passing if that's what you want it to be. You can also send one on a run, etc, etc. It's your preference, guys. It's whatever you want it to be. I'm just kind of giving you guys a baseline of, since the live update, this is how it's going to play, I think. So there's certain things that are going to have to get used to again, although the game's only been out a few weeks, but there's certain things that you haven't got to worry too much about. And that's it. And I don't have the best of teams as well, so you can see that I don't have the Mbappes or the Lewandowskis or the Griezmanns in this, so it is a pretty average team, which also should give you guys some comfort in knowing that these formations, they make a difference. They do help a lot. Like I say, we went quite far with this, which is pretty good. I used it. My son still uses this. He has been doing the weekend league every weekend. He's been getting 11, 12, 13 wins using this setup. So he's used it for the last 2 weeks, and I totally trust his judgment. And I totally trust that this is the formation he's saying is the one that we need to go to at the minute. And yeah, he knows what he's talking about. So therefore, I'm kind of copying his setup, his gameplay. Although the difference between my team and his team is he has slightly better players. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, he has like Bellingham, Rodrigo, players like that. So yeah, he has a pretty skillful team. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with this formation, if I'm honest. You can see how static your opponent is during these game modes as well, which is really weird. They're like statues at times, and that is so frustrating. That is the frustrating part, I think, about any stroke FIFA game, is how static and how placid your players tend to be. Like they're stuck in mud, like they don't move. They're like trucks. Some games they're running around like headless chickens, and you think, wow, this is amazing. In other games, they're just stuck in the mud. And it is a server issue, I think, as well as the game. I think it's a combination of the two, but you can kind of see here we get a big scoreline. But again, back-to-back wins is what we want. We want to get those 4, 5, 6 games consistently so we can climb those divisions, get those better rewards, get those better rival rewards, obviously get those better foot champ rewards. And ultimately that's what you guys are here for, is looking for these, not cheats or exploits, but these things that are going to slightly make us better and get us those extra wins. So yeah, definitely give this one a go. I'm not going to ramble on too much more because you know how this works. We've all done it before, we've used it before. I just wanted to kind of give a breakdown on, how you can exploit certain things now that wasn't there before, and this wide formation absolutely does that. So definitely give this one a try. Again, I'm going to stop rambling, a few more game clips, then we'll get straight into the instructions. So, as you can imagine, without the ball, it's pretty standard. Fullbacks on balance, defend, fullbacks on balanced. Holding players are both on holding and defend. And with the ball, it doesn't really matter. But I've got my cam, if you like, my CM, is on playmaker and roaming, because he will. You can see the kind of areas that he'll roam into, which is where you want him to be when he's got the ball. You want him to be the guy that's pinging those passes and finding the space. And then obviously my attack is on advance forward. You can see where he plays across the front line, and then my wide players, obviously I want them to be wide, that's why I'm using a 4-3-3. So they're wide playmakers set on attack, and you can see the kind of positioning that they take up there. So that's how I've got this one set up. You can see the code there at the top left hand side. Copy the code, fill your boots, do what you got to do. But like I said, I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed with this 4-3-3 defend or this 4-3-3-3. It is exactly what we need at this point in time, especially if you want to get higher. But you want to get higher in the divisions, or you want to get the better chance rewards without compromising, the space in behind, or being exploited on the wings, or being exploited by that stupid through ball that keeps happening. So this is perfect for those people that want to do that. Hit that like button if you like what you see, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, everybody take care and look after themselves.